All right, guys, welcome to the Lead Podcast with some special updates today. This is really more of a kind of getting started guide that's being released for leads, CRM, pretty much everything that a new agent would need to know before they even asked a question about a lead, before they even started looking for leads, trying to just alleviate people asking questions that are easily answered but have been answered 1,000 times. So instead of putting you through that, trying to figure stuff out, Sasha, Nicole, and Laura put together this lead guide, this CRM lead kind of getting started guide, know-it-all guide, whatever you want to call it. But the idea is to get you as much information as you can before you even start looking at leads. So I'm going to pass this over to you, Sasha, Laura, Nicole, and you guys have at it. If you need anything from me, let me know. Guys, thanks for joining. Pay attention. This is something that you'll probably want to watch a few times to really, understand everything. And the document that they put together will be updated moving forward. So this is what you need to know today. But we know leads change, CRM changes. So when those changes happen, we'll add that to this list. So you'll continuously be updated. So we don't have to do this, just update you on, 2 or 3 things. So turn it over to you. Thanks for joining us. Have at it, Sasha.
All right. Thank you so much. So as a brand new agent, this is meant to, like Mike said, just put everything into one spot that you could ever need. That way you are not being forced to watch 6, 7, 8, 9 videos that will all answer the questions that you have, but over time. So this is going to condense all of the information that already exists into one spot so that we don't hold you up in waiting for us, waiting to speak to us on the phone. You can just fill out your contracting, watch this, go through the resource that'll be attached, and get everything that you need to know as it pertains to leads here at Family First Life. So the first thing that I will talk about is the CRM, because that is where all of your leads are housed. So if you are ready to buy leads or ready to work leads, they're all going to be in your CRM. And if you don't yet have access to your FFL CRM, you want to get back with the manager who hired you, whoever that person is. And if they don't know what they need to do in order to invite you to the website, then go to the next person and just continue until you get the invite that you need to the FFL website. That is familyfirstlife.com. Once you have an invite, that invite is specific to you. It already has your email address, which turns into your username on the website. So I want to very clearly distinguish the fact that the FFL website and the FFL CRM are 2 very separate, very unique entities. So the first thing is getting access to the Family First Life website. Like I said, an email will be sent to you. That is your invite. It's specific to your email address. It contains a link that will bring you to set up a password, which will continue to be your password for your career here at FFL, and it will translate over to your CRM as well for a single sign-on. So once you have access to the Family First Life website, what you're going to do is on the left-hand side, you're going to click on CRM, which will launch and create a CRM for you if it did not previously exist. Once you are logged into your FFL CRM, I have some videos that will be translated into Spanish very soon that walk you through how to set up the CRM in its current version. By setup, I mean add a payment method so that you can easily check out for all of your cherry pick lead purchases. It walks you through how to specifically buy cherry pick leads off of the heat map, which has caused a little bit of confusion for new agents getting started. They're not really sure what gray versus green, yellow, orange, red, what does all that mean? So this video will help you figure that out and walk you through step by step how to buy cherry pick leads. It is my expert recommendation that you watch the videos on your phone and follow along on your computer. The videos literally walk you through step by step, every single step along the way on how to buy cherry pick leads, how to implement a payment method, how to turn your alerts on in the CRM so you're notified every single time new leads are dropped into the counties that you live in or the counties that you're going to be working in. So again, watch those on your phone while you follow along on your computer. That way you can do it at your leisure. You can pause as needed and make sure that you are following along so that you don't get lost. So those resources will be in this attachment that'll come along with this video, and they will be updated as we migrate into the newest CRM, so they'll be relevant to the current version of the CRM that you're working from. And So now that you know how to get into your FFL CRM and a little bit about how to buy cherry pick leads and how to access your leads once you've purchased them, let's talk about leads overall. Here at Family First Life, we generate leads 3 different ways. The first way being an internet source, the second being Facebook, and the third being direct mail. So Laura and Nicole are going to go over what the differences are between all of those different lead types. But just know that all of the leads that we work here are generated one of those 3 ways. They're either someone going online, filling out a request specific to life insurance, asking very specifically for a life insurance quote. There's someone who was scrolling on their Facebook timeline and saw an ad for final expense or mortgage protection, and they specifically requested one of those 2 products as it pertains to their age range or whatever life event they have going on in their situation today. Or they filled out a direct mail response, which typically direct mail is geared towards either mortgage protection or final expense. So let's first jump into all of the immediate lead options. Laura, do you want to take over there?
Yes. So within the CRM, you have the option to purchase cherry pick leads. Cherry pick leads are a great option for those new agents that are starting out with FFL, looking to get a sense of how the leads do work. So that is in the cherry pick options within your CRM. These are the immediate first options for the immediate delivery within the CRM. So then we have the Facebook leads. They're also immediate delivery. So we have 7 different Facebook vendors that target certain demographics. They will be listed in the end of this video and the link provided with all the different lead vendors, their websites, where to go in to start your order. So that was for the Facebook lead option. Next up, we have internet life leads as well through our vendor called EverQuote. The instructions on how to set up a program with EverQuote will also be included at the end of this video.
What is the benefit of getting EverQuote leads right now?
So with EverQuote, you do have the opportunity to do a $500 deposit. What EverQuote does, they will match your costs. So you actually end up getting $1,000 worth of leads to spend within the system, within the program and vendor.
Awesome. Okay, so as Laura mentioned, those are the 3 main immediate lead sources. They're your cherry pick leads where you can try every single lead type that FFL offers, direct mail, Facebook, and internet leads. The prices range from 25 cents and they go up from there. And a lot of those leads are older. They may have been sold or worked before, but no life insurance has been purchased off of them. And you can get them within hours of you placing your lead order. Facebook leads are going to take a couple of days or so to turn around. Minimum investment is going to be around $400. So how that breaks down is some of the lead vendors right now, their minimum price is $20 per lead with a minimum order of 20 leads at a time. So go through the links that are provided, check out every single vendor. Some of them offer what the verbiage looks like, so you can actually look at what you're buying before you end up purchasing. You can get an idea of, like I said, what the ad is actually going to say, and then you can go from there. And then EverQuote, like Laura said, it has the match feature on their deposit, and that's just for the first order. But you can also schedule your leads and set a cap on how many leads you're getting per day. So what we often recommend is that agents will turn on their internet leads for times where call centers, which are the other people that are traditionally getting these leads, are not actually active. So most call centers are a 9-to-5 situation. So we recommend that our agents turn their leads on in those off windows. So if you're someone who wakes up early, turn your leads on at 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. If you're someone who stays up late, which is definitely me, I fall into that category, then turn your leads on from like 8 or 10 p.m. until midnight. Whatever you're really comfortable with. There's people that are responding at all times, whether I bring this up all the time, whether they woke up from a bad dream at 5 o'clock in the morning and they're like, I need life insurance. What if something happens? Or they made it home from work that day, but one of their coworkers didn't. They didn't make it into the office the next day. You never know what someone's going through. People are responding and asking for life insurance at all times of the day. So we just recommend that you turn your leads on or schedule them to come in off hours, which increases your likelihood of getting those leads more exclusively. So that being said, those are all of our immediate lead options. Is where we recommend most agents, every single new agent. Your goal is to make money as fast as possible with Family First Life. That's our goal too. So focus on getting leads in your hands right away. And that's all of the immediate lead options that we have. That's the best way for you to really solidify what your career here is going to look like. But outside of that, we offer a ton of different direct mail programs, and Nicole's going to go over those now.
Hey, real quick. Year one, how many immediate lead options did we have?
Zero.
It's, you're saying, and I'm just thinking back, like, if you started in 2014, and I'm sorry, allergies are losing my voice for some reason. But if you started in 2014 and you wanted leads, you had to wait minimally 3 weeks. Yep. Or you got whatever someone else had, and they've already dialed on because that's all they had. It wasn't like, oh my God, look at all the heat map would have just been no colors. It would have just been a plain map. Like, and now you talk about all these different options. It's just crazy. Just think back to that, waiting 3+ weeks to maybe get a lead, get them to start trickling in. Mm-hmm. Now it's like a day, immediate, an hour, a minute. It's crazy how much has changed. And we're still, like, the whole concept of this video is, here's what we're doing, but we're also going to get better, and we're going to continue to update this and get better every single day. So go ahead, Nicole. Sorry.
Going off what Sasha was saying about immediate leads and, how you can receive them right away, you also want to, in the future, look into direct mail programs. So, setting up either a prepaid mail drop campaign or a buy per lead campaign. These programs are very unique, but we do recommend that you wait for some cash flow. So about 2 weeks of consistent payments. You're setting some, you're paying your bills, you're setting money aside for your savings or whatever it is, and then looking to put money into your business. Then that's when we ask that you look into the direct mail campaign. And I'm going to go over, the different types. We have the prepaid mail drop options, and we have BPL, which is buy per lead options. For the prepaid mail drop options, we work closely with a vendor called MailPro. And with MailPro, we really like this prepaid mail drop option because it's really unique. You would get a response immediately, whereas the other options, you wait until the prospect fills out the direct mail card, and then they send it over to the mail house, and then after the mail house receives it, it would be sent back to the agent. So it's a longer period of time, whereas with the MailPro prepaid mail drop option, the prospect receives a card. They are prompted to dial a 1-800 number. Once that number it's dialed, they put in a unique code, and they fill out the information that needs to be sent out. As soon as that lead is generated, the agent would receive it in real time. The other options are through ARM, which is also a vendor we work closely with. And the first option would be the ARM First Class. The second option, it's the ARM Retro Mail Drop option. And then the third one, it's the ARM Final Expense. So the pricing varies depending on, how many records are sent out. And it changes at all times also. So, we'll make sure we add as much information as possible in the attachment so that you can have the contact for our ARM rep, which is Caitlin. And again, if you guys ever have any questions in regards to that, then you can always contact one of us here in the leads department. So that's the information I have for the prepaid mail drop options. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about BPL. So BPL stands for buy per lead, and these leads are basically exclusive to you, the agent. I'm not going to focus too much on it because our plan is once you're on the roll, once you're, running those appointments, getting cash flow, then we recommend that you set up an appointment or but first send over your inquiry. So send an inquiry to leads at Family First Life requesting, a county you're interested in, or maybe the state that you're looking to run business in, and we'll go ahead and send you over all of the information we have for availability. Once you receive that, you are more than welcome to request an invite, and we'll go over in detail what each vendor entails, and the prices and what each thing means. So, I'll go over the different type of programs we offer within BPL, and that's new mortgage. So for new mortgage, it's brand new data. And by brand new data, I mean 1 to 2 weeks old. We have retro, which refers to the age range. So, we're looking at data that's 2 to 10 years old. And with this program specifically, I find it, I don't know, it really depends, because a lot of people are like iffy about it, but I feel like, it's the probability of you like closing a sale are very, very high, because the prospects or the client has already been home within, for X amount of years. So they've built equity. So you want to make sure that, the client knows what they're getting into. So they know they have their life set. They know, what they can afford, what they cannot afford. I mean, we're hoping they know what they can or cannot afford. And they're going for it. So they're going for it. And it's, again, that would be our retro option. And we have a couple agents that, love it. And it's a very, very good option. The other one would be the MailPro call-in leads option, and this option specifically, it's also a direct mail card that they receive. However, the difference with this one is that you get they have to call a 1-800 number, and they also have is it a 3-word or a 3-phrase?
3-word security phrase.
It's a 3-word security phrase that they dial in, and once they dial in that key phrase, they're prompted to answer any questions while they're on the phone. Once those questions are sometimes they are all answered, sometimes they're not. And I'm going to go over, the different pricing and the different, types. For all the prompts that are answered, so if, for example, the prospects calls in, they dial that key phrase, they confirm the information that's already automated or already in the system. They finish all the prompt questions. That lead is turned into a gold lead, and it's going to cost you $36. If the prospect doesn't answer all of the prompt question, then that lead would turn into a silver lead, and that lead would turn into a silver lead, and that would cost you $5. So in regards to lead flow, you are expected to receive 50% of silver leads, which are the $5, and 50% of the gold leads, which are the $36. All agents are responsible for all of the leads. So, if you receive 20% of them being the gold leads, then, the agent's responsible for all of those leads. If you receive 55 of them being the silver leads, then the agent's responsible for all those leads as well. So those are the options that we have for the direct mail. We work with different vendors, so the pricing vary depending on whether it's final expense, whether it's new mortgage, whether it's retro, or whether it's
call-in.
Sorry.
There's so many lead options, it's hard to remember.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. So where did I left off?
Call-ins.
Okay, so the pricing vary depending on whether is retro, new mortgage, call-in, or final expense.
As Nicole mentioned, there are a ton of different leads, a ton of different options here, which, it causes a learning curve that never ends here in the leads department. There's a new question every single day. So don't allow yourself to get too consumed by all of the different options day one. Focus on what you can control. Focus on what is available in your county. If you have specific questions about what does this lead type mean? How is this created? That sort of thing is very easily answered already within the CRM. But the training videos that we already have that are listed in the resource that's attached will help you to clear that up. But for everything that Nicole went over, it's there's a lot there. So that is why we recommend that you submit an inquiry ahead of time. Once we have whatever's available for you for direct mail options, we'll send you a private link where you can set up a time to actually speak with one of us here in the corporate office that goes over what does that even mean? What are call-in leads? What are retro leads? What is new mortgage? A lot of that is going to be over your head at this point, and that's totally fine. So take advantage of that time, meaning submit an inquiry, very thorough, which the format that we're needing your inquiry to come in is included in the resource so that it's very clear you get every piece of information that you could possibly need at one time, and we're not going back and forth. So this is going to be a super thorough resource, so definitely take advantage. Like Mike said in the beginning, this is something you're going to want to watch a couple of times, not only because we talk fast, but there's a ton of information here, and you're not going to catch it all day one. And like I said, that's totally fine. We're happy to help. But in order to be able to help you in the most effective way, we need you to have watched this and to have watched it multiple times. And we'll know the difference if someone has watched this multiple times and they know what they're talking about versus someone who glazes right over the important resources that we're providing you with so that we can answer higher level questions and bring you higher level leads, better feedback. Ultimately, we're here as a resource, but the more time that we spend reiterating this information that's very, very basic, very elementary, and it's important for every new agent to get, which is why we spent so much time reiterating that information. But at this point, it's time for us to be able to have higher level conversations so that we can help you hit your goals. So really quickly, I want to go over a little bit more that's going to be in the resource that's attached here. So you will have a ton of tips and tricks as it pertains to the CRM in whatever current version it exists. And this will be a live document, so we will be updating it very often. So that way, if there's a sale going on, we'll try to include that here, as well as all of the Facebook posts that we offer, all of the email blasts, everything that we're doing on social media to keep you guys in the loop. Speaking of social media, direct links to my profile, Nicole's profile, and Laura's profile are included here. So if you're not comfortable friending us, which that's kind of weird, just do it. Friend us and or follow us on Facebook because we're always constantly putting out updates that pertain to leads, whether it's a sale that we just learned about that's happening for an exclusive period of time, or if something's going on with the CRM that we want you to know about right away, which, I mean, at this point, every day something's going on. So just friend us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, make sure that you're staying in the loop. But we're also going to include some resources on how to find the office that's most local to you. One of my biggest moments of joy comes from speaking to new agents and being able to plug them into someone else who's local. So let's say Paul hires someone in Boston, Massachusetts, which he just opened an office there. Someone across the country doesn't necessarily have anyone to plug into. So my greatest joy, like I said, is hooking people up to someone that's local to them so that they can dial together, get that live feedback, but also so you have somewhere to plug into. When we were working from home during like COVID precautions and everything, it's extremely isolating, and I got a taste of what it feels like to be an independent agent out there. If you don't have somewhere to go or a set schedule, it's extremely isolating. So just being able to link up to people is extremely rewarding for us. So how to find the most local office to you will be included in here as well. And the last bit of info that will be here is a link that will bring you directly to the App Store that pertains to your phone. So if you're Android, it'll bring you right to the Google Play Store, Apple to the App Store, so you can download the Next Level Plus app. There's a ton of bite-sized training. There's constantly new updated blog posts, and there's pretty much every single lead script that you could ever need, or phone script, in that app. So make sure that you download the Next Level Plus app as well while you're at it. And then the last thing that I can say is get to your nearest and upcoming event, whether it's a sales conference or annual convention. Plug in to wherever there's going to be a massive amount of people. If you have to drive a couple of hours, I guarantee you it's going to be worth it. At convention, we have 7 different events, so there's no way someone's not going to be within a couple of hours of getting to one of those events. So we'll include the link to how to register for convention, whichever location is closest to you. Get there, or wherever your team is going. Everyone's going to be a little bit different, but make sure that you plug in. And that's all that I have.
Awesome. Well, thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. And, you know, it's like the whole idea behind this is to help get you the information quicker. Like, you can send an email and go, hey, what are retro leads? And it's going to go into a ticket, and there's going to be hundreds of other tickets in there, and they're going to go through. There's going to be requests about BP. There's going to be all this stuff in there, and then your question is going to get answered maybe a day later, or it's right there.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's not that no one wants to talk to you. It's that for these questions that are easily answered, let's give you one document where they're all on. That way you can get through all of those simple answered questions and now get to, you know, deeper level stuff. Get to how do I strategize, you know, to sell X amount each week? How do I utilize the best possible leads in my area? And there's so many options, but do this first. This is the homework before the test. Don't skip the homework. Take care of this first. You know, and you hear about these, like I would have loved retro leads.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that was different. Like, think about it this way. Every company does traditional direct mail, right? You take out a mortgage, you get a mailer.
Yep.
You're going to get one from 27 different companies. How many companies are going back 10 years and going, hey, Sasha, you bought a house 10 years ago. Now that you're settled in, it's a good point you were making. Like, you're settled in. You've been here for 10 years. You know what your bills are. You know your expenses you know your discretionary income. You also know you still don't have this, and it's been 10 years. So now I come in and go, wow, you built up all this equity in your house. Your house was worth $200,000. Now it's worth $3 million. And you're still in good enough health to get it. Thank God. Let's take care of this now. Like that, stuff that is different when it comes to lead. That's what puts us above everybody else. Everybody does traditional direct mail. Everybody does Facebook leads. Not everybody has instant internet leads. Not everybody has retro mortgage leads. Not everybody has the call-in leads we have. Those are the programs that take advantage of those. Like, don't shy away from them because they're different. Embrace them because they're different. That means not as many agents are getting out to those clients, you know. So, but guys, this is awesome. Thank you. You know, we're obviously going to keep doing this, like we said, not on a regular schedule, just when we need to. So, you know, you have all the tools here. You know how to get in touch with everybody. So thanks for watching. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.